Guys, you have no idea how many times I've tried to record this video. So we have a pumpkin patch. We were asked to make a tree diagram. So I'm going to label these first four. Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as we move on to the next paths, we'll label them. But for right now, we're going to follow one. We're not going to go down. We're not backtracking. We come across our first fork in the road. We're going to label this top one 5 and this one 6. And if we chose to keep going with 5, we get a pumpkin. If we chose to go with 6, we get no pumpkin. Alright, now if we take 2, and I'll go ahead and change colors. Truck along 2, follow this path. We hit that same fork. And we can either choose to go to 5, where we get a pumpkin, or 6, and we get no pumpkin. Change colors again. If we follow 3, we hit this first fork. We'll label this one 7, and this one 8. If we chose to do 7, we get no pumpkin. And if we chose to go through 8, we get a pumpkin. And 4. If we chose to go 4, we hit this fork in the road. We can either go up on path 9 or go down on 10. 9, we get a pumpkin. 10, we get no pumpkin. So we're asked to make a tree diagram. I hope I can move this down because I'm going to need some space. There we go. Boop. Bam. Alright. We're going to start off with the first 4 paths. Make sure you leave yourself plenty of space. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As we've seen, if we follow 1, we can either go to 5 or 6. So make your branches 5, 6. We found out 5 gives us a pumpkin, and 6 we get no pumpkin. So 5, we're going to put a P for pumpkin. 6, we're going to put MP, no pumpkin. You know, pumpkin, we're happy. No pumpkin, we be sad. Number 2, we notice it follows the same path as 1 did, 5 and 6. So 5, 6. Just like before, we get a pumpkin. 6, no pumpkin. So we happy when we get a pumpkin. When we get no pumpkin, we be sad. Number 3, follow tree. We're going to hit that 7 and 8 path. So branch it out. 7, 8. If we followed 7, remember we get no pumpkin. And if we follow 8, we get a pumpkin. So 7 was no pumpkin. And 8 was pumpkin. No pumpkin, we get sad. We get a pumpkin, we get happy. Yeah. 4. If we follow 4, we get 9 and 10. 9, we get a pumpkin. So let's make our branches. 9, 10. 9, we say we get a pumpkin. 10, we get no pumpkin. And again, getting that pumpkin makes us happy. No pumpkin, we go show you. So, if we were to count this up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different total choices here that can lead to pumpkins and no pumpkins. Put a little note here. I like putting little notes. 8 total. Because when you do probability, you got to have that total. So, what's the probability of getting a pumpkin in Elena's corn maze and blank? And what's the probability of not getting one? So, getting a pumpkin, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 8 chances to get a pumpkin. That is 50%. No pumpkin. Count the NPs. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 out of 8. And this should make sense because this is probability and it should add up to 100%. But in this situation, you have a 50% chance of getting a pumpkin, 50% chance of not getting a pumpkin. I guess you could say 50% chance of being happy and 50% chance of being sad. All right, one more tree diagram and we're done. This one's about making sandwiches. We have 2 breads, 3 meats, and 4 cheeses. So, white and wheat. Let's start off our tree diagram. Again, make sure you give yourself plenty of space. We have the white, and we have the wheat. With those white and wheat, we have 3 meats. And I may just run out of space, honestly, but we'll see what we can do. I'm just going to use letters. We have our hams, our turkeys, and our beefs. Again, over here, if we had wheat, we'd have ham, turkey, or beef. I think one kid said it should have been bacon. I might change that in the future. And then we have American, Swiss, and Provolone, and Munster. So I'm going to make 4 branches for each one. Again, being neat is pretty critical. Man, talk up, Provolone and Munster. My screen just isn't big enough to handle this tree diagram. M. That's an M. I just heard someone gawk at it. I'll fix it. Jeez. There we go. M. Skadoosh. Same thing over here. American, Swiss, Provolone, Munster. 4 branches here. American, Swiss, Provolone, Munster. And not bacon, but beef. American, Swiss, Provolone, Munster. Now, if we were to count this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 total. Okay. What is the probability that you'll select a sandwich with white bread? Explain your reasoning. If you look at our white, we have 12 sandwiches that we can make with white bread. So 12 out of that total again, and that is 1/2. So 50%. Okay. What's the probability you will select a sandwich with American cheeses? Count all your American cheeses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 again out of that total. So get your handy dandy calculator. 6 divided by 24 is a quarter. So 25%. Cool beans. I'm going to bump this down. I'll bump this down. What's the probability that you select a sandwich on wheat bread with ham and any cheese? Wheat bread, ham, and any cheeses. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 24. So 4 divided by 24, then we get 1/6. 1/6 as a percent would be about 17%. You know, when you round. Boop, boop. Number 6. What is the probability you will select a sandwich on white bread that has either beef or turkey and has provolone cheeses? Okay, so follow your tree. We got white. We said the bread can either be beef or turkey, but they had to have provolone cheeses. So we follow beef. We have 1. Follow the turkey. We have another one. So that's 2. 2 out of 24. Use your handy dandy calculator. And that's 1/12. So 8%. Number 7. What is the probability you will select a sandwich with neither beef nor Munster cheese? Okay, so really all your beef sandwiches are out the window and your Munster cheeses are out the window. In fact, if we want to, we can go swish swash, swish swash. We got to cross out our Munster cheeses. Boom, bam, bye-bye. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of those guys. Now I'm going to erase my red marks so I can do the next problem. But remember, we have 12 out of 24. And that number looks familiar, so that was 50% from earlier. Given that a student chooses white bread, we are focusing solely on white bread. Goodbye wheat. White bread, what's the probability that they choose ham with provolone? Ham with provolone would just be one sandwich. 1 out of the total white bread sandwiches, which would be 12. So we get that 112. That looks familiar, doesn't it? That percent was that 8%. There we go. Boom, bam. Thank you. See you later.